Hey, it's Joe Abadi. Usually I have Susie over here sitting on the other side of the garage, and I have someone to speak to. But I am in the great state of New Jersey, and there's nobody else here but me. So we're going to give it a whirl, give it the old college try, as they say, and report to you about York and a whole bunch of other really great things coming up on Vintage Motocross Q&A.
I'm Gary Chaplin. You're watching Vintage Motocross Q&A with Joe Abadi.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Abadi. You're watching Vintage Motocross Q&A. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful Wednesday night. If you want to become a sponsor of Vintage Motocross Q&A, you can for just $249.95 a month. And we'll get your commercial on here, get you on the backboard, the billboard, just like you see it there, like Motion Pro International Motocross Museum of ARMA. That's just $249 a month, okay? $9.95, a one-time fee. And for that one-time fee, what do you get? You get your name up on the board there for 90 days, and you also get a poster from Racer X, compliments of Mike McCook, and Motorcyclist Illustrated. You get a shirt of your choice, and of course, the size of your choice, whether you want the cartoon, the Vintage Motocross Q&A logo, and if you want them on a black, yellow, or gray shirt, we'd be happy to supply you with that, as well as a shop apron to keep them clean, all right? Whether it's $250 a month or $49.95 one-time fee, we always appreciate that. Now, we are going to have a viewer appreciation prize, but we are not going to announce it on the air tonight because Susie's not here, and I can't pull the strings, use the camera, fix the mic, and do all this other stuff that I have to do and pick some winners. So we will announce that tomorrow. But we'll get you some grips, compliments of Preston Petty Products and Paul Stannard, who I saw this weekend at the York Swap Meet. Always wonderful to see him and Patty this time. Thank you, ARMA. I saw Ed Roman this past weekend, too. And ARMA, of course, one of the first to start vintage racing throughout the country. I think it did start in the Northeast, too. ARMA did. So anyway, get over to arma.org if you want to become a member or just want to be a supporter. If they mention Vintage Motocross Q&A, you will get a discount. Okay? In the Moto Showcase tonight, which is brought to you by Preston Petty Products, we have I'll show you the Suzuki, though I do want to mention. I did see Paul Stannard. I did see Patty. The molds are all back in the United States. Your Preston Petty products are now made in U.S. of A. So anytime you purchase something from Paul Stannard, you're purchasing it directly from him. And that's a great way to, of course, have the legend continue in the Preston Petty product, and a great way to support Paul and Patty Stannard, who, of course, brought that company back, not from the ruins, but certainly covered with dust for a good long time. We're all happy to have that Preston Petty product back in order. Now, as I was saying, we do have a fight coming up that I saw that was absolutely a showstopper this weekend at the York Swap Meet. This is a motocross box. It was, and I got this picture on Saturday. The York Swap was on Sunday. No way you were getting anywhere near this bike come Sunday when the swap meet opened. It was truly a showstopper. Tony did an incredible job on it. Let's get over to the video, and I'll show you more about that. It's a little difficult to hear in the beginning, but you're not really missing anything. You'll hear Tony answer all my questions, and you'll see exactly what's going on. It's a 1978 Suzuki RM125 that this gentleman right here, Tony Sikorsky. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
The details and The parts that are in this bike are absolutely incredible. I think one of the first things that we're all interested in is knowing about is that head. Now, it's a motocross Fox bike, but the head itself, tell us about that. It looks
Sure. So, you know, what I wanted to do is really replicate the Fox bike as true as possible.
Right.
And we have here some original parts from the era and some replica parts. This head is a replica of the Moto X. A friend of mine made a bunch of these heads, made a half a dozen or so of these kits. The head is a two-piece head. The radiator is, it says still motor on it, so I believe it's European sourced.
Okay.
So he put this kit together to close replicate the Fox thermosiphon kit, and that's what we have here.
Okay. And when you say thermosiphon, so people understand, when the water heats up
It
on
boils
the head,
up, it boils up, goes into the radiator, cools and drops, so that's what circulates it.
All right. Something else that has been a popular item from the day they came out, but a highly sought after part is Simon's forks. Where'd you find these?
So these forks, these are a set of Simon's 38 millimeter forks. They're the later version of them, and they look a little different. A lot of people have asked me about it because I've got these aluminum caps here.
Yeah.
So what's going on here is this version of the fork, the top was open and it had a recess. So you could accordion boot on Marty Motes with the LOP. He infamously put the red gaiters on them. But this is a part.
Tony,
Head is a replica of the Moto X Fox sold a water-cooled head. It was called a thermosiphon head. And a friend of mine made a bunch of these heads, made a half a dozen or so of these kits. The head is a two-piece head. The radiator is, it says still motor on it, so I believe it's European sourced.
okay.
So he put this kit together to closely replicate the Fox thermosiphon kit, and that's what we have here.
Okay. And when you say thermosiphon, so people understand, when the water heats up
It
on
boils
the head,
up, it boils up, goes into the radiator, cools and drops, so that's what circulates it.
All right. Something else that has been a popular item from the day they came out, but a highly sought after part is Simon's forks. Where'd you find these?
So these forks, these are Simon's. And a lot of people have asked me about it because I've got these aluminum caps here.
Yeah.
So what's going on here is this version of the fork, the top was open and it had a recess so you could run an accordion boot or a gaiter.
Right.
Marty Motes with the LOP, he infamously put the red gaiters on them. But this is a part that I believe Aeon Engineering or possibly Wheelsmith made for a Mako that I had machined out to fit the cap, so it caps it off nicely. So really,
You've gone with sun rims. They look brand new.
they're brand new sun rims. Again, Fox, in their setup guide, they recommend the Sun rims, so I wanted Sun rims. These are just brand new ones sourced locally today from Buchanan's.
You got the Simon's cover on there.
Yep. So what we've got here, this is an original from the day Simon's ignition cover. I cleaned it, polished it, obviously, but what's going on here is a little bit different. So the Moto X Fox ran Mototech CDI ignitions on these bikes, and I wanted to run a Mototech, but good luck finding a Mototech. I need the clearance up here for all the. I had to lose the CDI box that was originally stock. So what I've got here is the bike has a PVL on it, but this is a brand new old stock, original Mototech wire and cap. So, authentically, it looks like it should, but it has a brand new PVL. The bike rips. It runs. It's all redone. Crank out. I rebuilt the entire bike.
Now you've also got the swing arm on there, as well as the Fox shocks. Now, are those real Fox shocks?
No,
these are replicas from Vinco.
This is a true Fox arm.
Okay.
The arms were made by Thor.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you see these bikes, they have a Thor arm, and you can tell the difference, a Thor or an FMF, because the mounts are further forward and they don't run. So this is a true Fox arm made by Thor, but these are Vincos.
Okay.
And with all due respect, with Kurt's passing, I think the fact that Vinco offers this product, it's an excellent product, and it's such a gift to us as vintage riders and racers. I want them on here. It's a tributary bike, and it's a tribute to more than just the Fox guys.
Gotcha. Greg Morris silencer. I have not seen these things too often in America. I've seen them for sale. You've got one here.
Yep, I got the pipe and silencer were made by Jeff Morris, GMC.
Right.
Yep. I want to just mention something else. Details on this bike. It's even got a Bosch plug.
Oh yeah.
I got a Bosch plug in there, as they ran.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. So I tried to get all the decals in the right spots. I used no logo on the seat. I used the RM125 370 side panels without the vents. All keeping it in the theme as close as possible to replicate what, they started riding at the USGP, with Pat Richter and Frank Stacy. And the bike was just an icon. I used the 78 because I wanted the floating rear brake. And this we have.
The paint was exceptional. Who painted the tank?
So the tank was painted by Brian Fedigan. Yep. Okay. And I had a buddy of mine who has an auto body shop paint the frame. It's all auto high quality paint. Yeah. I used the Pirelli tires because the block pattern resembles the the Metzler motocross enduros that we ran.
Yes.
So again, little things like, Fox, they ran a Magura brake lever and a stock Suzuki clutch lever. So that's what I did. The throttle is it's a Gunnar gasser from Sweden, but all I had was the housing. So I got a new one from Sweden and used the old parts and the new parts to get the proper Gunnar gasser on there.
Tony, tell us about the bars.
Andres, yeah.
Andre, they look very authentic, very period.
They're new old stock. New old stock Andres bar, the GP bend that Fox used on their bikes.
Incredible. The decals, the forks, and this is now, you restored this bike for a customer.
Yes.
So this is all your work.
Yes, everything.
Do you take work from other people, if somebody wanted a bike like this, would you?
It's something
let
to
them
talk
commission you
about.
for that
It's
job?
something to talk about. You know, time is my big issue. Working a full-time job, I don't have a lot of time for that. But I'm getting older, and my schedule's changing, so you never know.
Tony Sikorsky, an absolutely beautiful Fox replica. It's in the show. I'm anxious to see what people are going to say about it a little bit later on. But I want to thank you for taking the time to
Thanks,
talk to
Joe.
us. And you know what? Are you on Facebook or any kind of